Okay, so we've had a lot of bad stuff to talk about with the Vancouver Canucks. It's been a lot of negativity because, the team hasn't really been giving us too much to cheer for the past little while, so there's a space, I feel, that exists that does need to be filled for positive Canucks-related things. And this video isn't particularly positive, like we're not going to go out there and start pumping up the tires of the guys on the team because we need to see them do well, but instead we're focusing on the youth. Because when it comes to the 2022 World Juniors, 2023 World Juniors, unfortunately, the Vancouver Canucks do not have too many guys that are going over to the tournament. Unfortunately, it's been like that for a while, too. Ever since Jim Benning started trading away all the Canucks draft picks, this team doesn't have too many guys who are suiting up in this tournament. But there are some names that I thought were interesting enough to go out there and highlight. Let's head over onto Team Sweden and talk about the two Vancouver Canucks guys that have been placed onto the roster, Elias Pettersson and Jonathan Lekkerimaki. Now, for EP, this is a little bit of a fun one because we have made a video or two about Elias Pettersson in the past. No, this is not Elias Pettersson on the team, and that doesn't really clear up the ambiguity, never mind. This is not the Elias Pettersson who is in the National Hockey League, who is number 40 and who scores a whole bunch of goals. This is another prospect in Sweden whose name happens to be Elias Pettersson. Taken by the Vancouver Canucks in the third round of the 2022 NHL Entry Draft, you can imagine my shock when I saw his name pop up on my TV screen, because I'd made a Why I Want video. I kind of jokingly said, hey, the Canucks should get this guy because Elias Pettersson, that would be pretty funny, and they did it. Like, bro, I don't know if Patrick Alvin is a fan of the YouTube channel, because if he isn't, please get the hell out of here, Alvin. I criticize you way too much for you to be enjoying this type of content, but either way, Elias Pettersson, 18 years old, 6'3", 196, so already bigger than the regular Vancouver Canucks Elias Pettersson. And this season, the guy has 2 points in 24 games played with the Örebro Hockey Club in the SHL. Now, that's not amazing, of course, but at the same time, he's a teenager playing in the Pro Men's League, so we can give a pass to any low production rate for any of these guys, especially if you're 18 years old. Not to mention the fact that in lower levels of play, the guy was actually really productive. 13 points, 12 games played with the Örebro J20 team in the junior league in Sweden. So obviously against his own competition, Elias Pettersson is a guy who can produce points, but at higher levels of play, there isn't really that much of an opportunity for him to do that. The Elite Prospects Scouting Report is also available, so let's read this out here for you. Elias is a good skater with a long stride. He can travel with the puck and is quick out to the corners. Elias Pettersson is very involved in the game and drives it with a strong first pass or puck traveling. He has good control and is head up. He uses mobility and reach to close gaps and likes to shut down with a hit too. Elias is not only physical, he is highly competitive in his own end too. When his team needs him, he steps up. And so, for Elias Pettersson, don't really go out there and expect that Rasmus Dahlin type of guy, because he's not that. He's more so of a stable, reliable player in his own end who can contribute offense too, when you give him the chance to do so. I am going to be intrigued as to seeing how much production he's going to be able to get at this tournament, because even though in the Junior 20 League he was a point-per-game guy, it's been a while since he's suited up there, and he's really gotten used to a more, let's say, higher level of play in the SHL. So I'm kind of intrigued as to seeing how he's going to transition playing against his own age range once again, but he should have no problems making an impact at both ends of the ice at the upcoming World Juniors. Fun fact, there actually is another Pettersson on the team too. Ottawa Senators prospect Oscar Pettersson is here. Unfortunately though, Oscar is a forward, so they can't really have a D pairing of Pettersson. So yeah, that's kind of funny, I think. But also, there's another forward on the team that I wanted to talk about here as well. It is Vancouver Canucks' first-round pick in 2022, Jonathan Lekkerimaki. Now, Lekkerimaki is a very interesting one, because this is a player that has not been all too great this season in his regular league play. Lekkerimaki last year, playing for the Djurgården's SHL team, had 9 points in 26 games played and 7 goals. In the Junior 20 League last year, over a point per game, almost a goal a game. 26 games played, 20 goals and 35 total points. He was a monster for Team Sweden at the World Under-18s, getting 15 points in 6 games over there. But this season so far, after Djurgårdens was demoted to the Allsvenskan, which I thought would give him an opportunity to produce more, he's gone out there so far and had 5 points in the 20 games he had. 1 goal, 4 assists. Unfortunately for Lekkerimaki, he is producing at a lower rate this year in the Allsvenskan than he was in the SHL last year, where he was 17 for most of the season too. The Allsvenskan is the second-tier pro league in Sweden. It is underneath the SHL in the hierarchy of hockey leagues in that country, and so when your team gets demoted from the SHL to the Allsvenskan, you kind of think, okay, the guy is going to be playing weaker competition next year. He's going to play in an objectively worse league, so he probably is going to be able to produce more. But that has not been the case. Lekkerimaki has been snake-bitten, and he really has not had a great start to this season in terms of regular league play, that I'm going to be intrigued as to seeing how he's going to bounce back at this World Junior tournament. Last year at the World Juniors, he had 3 assists in 7 games played, but then again, he was 17. This is a tournament for 18, 19, 20-year-olds even, so for Lekkerimaki, there is a really good chance at redemption here, not only for his international World Junior tournament success, but for his overall season too. You also have the fact that the guy had a concussion towards the end of November that sidelined him for a little bit, and there's news that he might not be ready to start out for the World Juniors. He might not be 100%, but at the same time, he's on the team. I doubt Team Sweden is going to go out there and cut him for any specific reason from now up until the end of the tournament. If he's healthy and able to play, then he'll play. He's good enough that Sweden can afford to do that with a player like him. But either way, for Lekkerimaki, it's going to be really intriguing seeing where he goes from this tournament to the end of this season, because it hasn't really been amazing. Like, I get it, from last year, you could definitely say that Lekkerimaki was somewhat of a steal at 15th overall where the Canucks got him, and you could really say that he should have gone maybe in the top 10 if you wanted to push it. There were some scouting outlets, ISS, Craig Button, McKean's, McKenzie, they all had him in the top 10. 8th and 9th overall-ish. So the fact that the Canucks got him at 15, that's pretty good. It's just no one could have foreseen this being the outcome of his season so far in 22-23, where his production in the Allsvenskan has been so lackluster that you gotta go out there and wonder, what is the future gonna be for Lekkerimaki? We had already discussed trade ideas too with this player, whether or not the Canucks should trade Lekkerimaki in some sort of an Ekman-Larsson trade to rid themselves of that contract, but I mean, the Canucks have so few prospects. It's why we're barely making a video like this saying, hey, there are guys at the World Juniors, you know? Like, remember a few years ago when we made a video about Elias Pettersson, the other one, and Olio Levy, and there was, I don't know, Lucas Jiricek that was at the World Juniors too, something like that? I can't really remember, it was a while ago, but like, we used to have prospects, a lot of prospects, like 5 or 6 at the World Juniors, but like now, the Canucks have what? 2? Who else is at the World Juniors? I can't even really figure it out. There's nobody on the Twitter page posting it, but oh, is Danila Klimovich gonna be there? Oh wait, no, okay, Belarus. I mean, nah, they're not there. Yoni Yermo is too old, and yeah, the Canucks don't have any German prospects that are of note, but either way, this is it. That's it, 2 guys. Oh wait, no, 3 guys! Aku Koskenvuo is a goaltender in the Finnish system. He was a Canucks draftee all the way back in 2021, I believe, somewhere in the mid-rounds, but yes, apparently he's on the team, so 3 guys. There you go. Yeah, I mean, if there's anybody else that pops up here from now till the end of the thing, then I guess we'll make some more videos about it, but like, Canucks don't have any Canadian guys, Canucks don't have any Americans, I don't think Jacob Truscott is on that team. So yeah, this team kind of needs to boost up on their prospects, but the ones that they have, we got to keep our eyes on them. Talk to the comments your thoughts about Elias Pettersson and Jonathan Lekkerimaki as they head over to the World Juniors. What are your expectations, not only for the tournament, but for the rest of the season too? What do you think they could become long-term if things go right for these guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Juraj rolls 99. And bye.